Hi, I'm Angie Tourani, Advanced Certified BodyTalk Practitioner and Holistic Healthcare Practitioner. Today we are going to talk about anxiety. Now, what is anxiety? Many of us experience anxiety being restless mind, feeling low-grade stress underneath, unable to switch off before you go to bed. And anxiety could be due to various stresses in our environment. So somebody is stuck into, let's say, lost a job, worried about the finances, and they're just not able to switch off and can't fall asleep. In our modern society, the word anxiety has become extremely common. Now, interestingly, anxiety has nothing to do with our environment. So many times it could be somebody who's doing perfectly fine, there's literally no stress in their life, and they still feel anxious. So anxiety is a psychological and anatomical disorder. So it has nothing to do what's going on in your environment, in your lifestyle that is causing you anxiety, but it's what's going on in your nervous system. So the busy, crazy mind, unable to switch off, and that panic mode. And many a times we are trying to manage it with managing our lifestyle or environmental factors. Now, anxiety comes from the nervous system. We have got two halves of the brain, which is called the left and right hemisphere. Our left brain is all about nitty-gritty, looking at each and every detail, thinking in detail, worrying. And our right brain is all about the bigger picture. Your wisdom, your insight, looking at the flow of life. Now, when somebody is anxious, they are stuck in the left brain, where the left brain is just ramping up and amplifying that non-stop thinking, and the right brain input is totally impaired to switch off that stress and anxiety. Now, why would that happen? Now, there could be various different factors. So let's say if somebody gets a hit on the head and they get a concussion, that can cause certain lesions into the neurons in the brain. So between the left and right hemisphere, there's a thick band of neurons. It's called corpus callosum. Now, many times this corpus callosum could have tiny scar tissues and adhesions. And this sort of blocks the communication, circulation of supply between the two halves of the brain, and somebody could be predominantly stuck in left brain. Now, the preferred scenario is when your right brain is overpowering, then you are totally calm and zen. But in anxiety mode, it's the left brain that takes over the story, and you're simply unable to switch off. So it could be the corpus callosum that has got lesions and adhesions. It could be that these two halves of the brain are slightly out of sync, which means there's a slight torque out of alignment, and therefore the communication networks are compromised. Then there are certain meridians. So we have got a major acupuncture point, GV 17 at the base of the neck and 20 on top of the head. And the major neurons and the channels of the meridians that are sort of a huge web circuiting around the nervous system. Many a times with the concussion, with the hit, compression in the neck, these channels could be compromised and could hugely deteriorate the nervous system. So anxiety has nothing to do with your environment, how things are going beautifully, or you're worried about your money situation, or you're stuck into a condition, but it's more your state of mind. If your two halves of the brain are functioning optimum, you have got optimum input of your right brain, which is also connected to your heart brain, which is your inner knowing and wisdom. It can sort of look at the bigger picture and switch off and keep you calm and grounded. So with BodyTalk treatments, we look at various different factors that could be impacting your stress levels. BodyTalk is all about listening to your body's unique story, identifying the stresses that could be impacting those communication networks and causing those imbalances. So the nervous system, the meridians, the flow of chi, and another important factor that comes to this whole picture when we talk about anxiety is gut brain. So anxiety is related to the nervous system, the centers of the brain, amygdala complex, which is all about fight, flight, survival mode, which is to look at the environment and trigger the stress response. But this triggered stress response should switch off once the stressor has passed. Now, many times this amygdala complex is in an overdrive, keeping that loop of high cortisol levels going on. So that is one factor. The second important factor is the gut health. Now, 90% of our happy hormones, such as serotonin and GABA, are produced in the gut. So GABA is produced by the neuroendocrine system, which is the lining and the stem cells in the gut lining. GABA is an interesting neurotransmitter. It's an inhibitory neurotransmitter, which inhibits the anxiety and stress. And we have got billions of microbiome that activate and synthesize GABA in the gut. So we are looking at why this gut could be underproducing GABA and keeping that high anxiety mode going. Another happy hormone that's produced in the gut is serotonin, which is all about you feeling satisfied and happy and keeping you relaxed. And again, there are billions of different species of microbiome. When they are functioning well, they are able to synthesize and activate this GABA and serotonin, which keeps you calm. So if you're going through anxiety and stress, it is hugely related to your gut. It's those billions of bacteria that are in the gut, and your gut profile dictates whether you'll be hypersensitive to stress or resilient to stress, whether you'll be feeling totally fearful, anxious, or you're feeling totally confident is the species of gut microbiome. So with BodyTalk treatments, we are about looking into what is causing this imbalance that could be disrupting the gut microbiome. Now, many times it could be antibiotics, lifestyle, diet, nutrition, and emotional psychological factors that could be creating those epigenetic markers which have sort of created the imbalance in the gut microbiome, getting you prone to the stress. So it's the gut-brain axis. It is the functioning of the left and right hemisphere, which is compromised. So BodyTalk treatment is about listening to your unique story, identifying those causative factors, and helping the body to heal from inside out. So with BodyTalk treatment, using these simple techniques and treatments, you see profound improvement in anxiety and stress, where you're able to deal with your environment in a totally harmonious way. So if you would like to know more, check out my website, as well as I'm offering a discount offer on my sessions. So have a look at my website, and thank you for joining. Bye.